Came home from work today, and my UPS man had left me 3 boxes. So I'm going to do all these unboxings at once. First one I'm going to do is the Air Max Zeros, the Quick Strikes that just came out. Also have the Gold Foams and the Retro 4 lasers. So I'll do them in that order. First one you can see here are the Air Max Zeros. Air Max Day is tomorrow, so people are definitely excited to rock these. First thing you notice, obviously, staring at the box, you've got the Zero logo, which is in Tinker Hatfield's handwriting. His footprint is all over these shoes. I'll show you some pretty cool things about them. One thing, and the first thing I noticed when I took this box, I wear 13s, it's a big shoe. This shoe box is huge, unnecessarily so. Almost as big as the challenge boxes, which is kind of obscene. It came in a box that's probably about 2 feet by 3 feet. So I will show you what I see here as I unbox these. First thing you notice is the paper. See if I can get you a view here. It says the one before the one. Tinker's signature there on the paper. It's a nice little detail. One thing I was really impressed with these shoes when I saw them online is how modern the line looks. You know, there's definitely some old school retro look to it. So, I mean, it still kind of has that aesthetic. But, you know, for a shoe that was essentially designed 30 years ago, I think it holds up pretty well. I'll walk you through some of the details here. Very cool hang tag. This is actually a air pocket, squeezable there with the logo, as well as Tinker's signature there. It's a very light shoe, which is nice. And, you know, a lot of the older runners, you know, from the 80s and 90s were a little bit heavier. You know, it's kind of the design element that they had. Almost a Huarache-like insole, wraps all the way around. The laces are almost cosmetic at this point. You know, it's going to have, you know, nice sock liner. And on this shoe, both the insoles are different. You can see the logo there in teal. I'll walk you around. I'm really impressed with the colorway. Nice deep dark blue. The only thing I may have changed on the design if it were me, and it's obviously not. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that that black right there. But all in all, it ties together really well. Clean shoe. Take a look at the bottom. See the exposed air in the teal. Everything, like I said, I think ties together really well. Take a look at the other. Tinker signature with the 326 on there in honor of Air Max Day. These are really nice, really solid shoe. Definitely impressed with them. This was a quick strike. I don't know if they're ever going to release them again. I certainly hope that they do, because I'd love to have a pair that I could keep nice and one that I could kind of use as beaters. Got some reflective print on the back, so these are definitely usable as runners. This is the kind of shoe you prefer to use when you do that. There's the Air Max Zeros. Alright, next up, this is definitely a hot release, the Foamposite 1s. Typical Foamposite box. Nothing special to write home with here. One weird thing about this, and I've noticed as I pulled them out, is the foams are actually a heavier shoe than the Air Max Zeros. But look at the difference in the size of the box. Like I said, I think the box here is a bit preposterous. So like I said, this was a hot release. Yeah, I really actually wanted the silver ones that came out there in the All-Star game. Was not able to get them, but I think that this is a pretty good fallback. Haven't had a pair of foams in a while, so this will be the first ones that I'm looking at. I'll kind of walk you around the shoe here. One thing I always talk about on these videos is when you look at these retro shoes is the weight of the shoe. And you compare these to something new, like Under Armour's or even a pair of Hyperdunks or something like that. The weight of the shoe, solid construction. Great things about these is this is almost an indestructible material. You're not going to see a lot as far as toe creases go. It doesn't scuff real hard if you get water on it. I mean, it's pretty easy to take care of. Prefer this over an all leather shoe. If the weather's not the best, you hate having to wait for sunny days to rock what you want. So this is definitely a good shoe to have. So you see the black upper as well as the black inside. Penny logo in gold on the back. You see the gold all the way around. There's a nice shine to this as well. It'd be cool if they came out with something that was a little bit more mirror, like the silver ones that just came out, but all in all, this is a nice shoe. See your typical Foamposite bottom there. The Penny logo again. Got the carbon fiber. Take a look at this. This is one of the easiest ways to spot fake foams. If you ever buy these online or via auction, or if you're ever at a secondhand store, take a look at those carbon fiber insole inserts there, and you can pretty easily tell what's legit and what's not. All in all, like I said, a very nice shoe. Foamposites to me kind of always look the same. Excited to get a pair for the first time in a while. Detail's good, quality's good. The black is almost like a suede, so it offsets the shine of the gold. And I think the icy sole is pretty subtle. They could have gone a different direction on these, even done an all black or something like that, but I think it goes together pretty well. Interested to see what these look like once it starts to yellow on the bottom. I think it'll be, Rejuvenator will be called out to take care of these as needed. So last pair we're going to look at today, another pair of Jordan 4 Retros. Done a couple pairs of these. These are the Laser Edition Jordan 4 box. See the black wrap. Jordan 4 chain, as we've seen in the others. This model shoe, all the fours seem to have this paper / cardboard tree versus the paper inserts or cardboard inserts that we see in the other shoes. Interesting how they mix this colorway up. It's got the white with the gold laser etching. You can take a look at it there. I don't know exactly how they do this, but it appears that whatever this covering is laid over in one piece. There's no seams or miscuts or anything. It's all the same print pattern. There's really no breaks until you start getting back here into the stitching. You see gray on the inside, gray on the front logo, also gray on the Jordan brand tag. gray Jumpman, also a silver gray, kind of replicated across the bottom here. That mixed with the white you see in the supports, as well as the rubber pull tab on the back. One interesting thing that you'll see on real shoes versus fake, the manufacturer puts a little piece of paper in here. So keep an eye out for that if you pick up a pair of lasers. A fake pair out of the box will more than likely not have this, so be wary. Icy bottom. You know, some people say that the icy bottoms is played out a little bit. It's actually one of my favorite bottoms. I think it matches just about anything. Obviously, it's impossible to keep after a while. You know, the exposure and the elements will start to yellow it, but it ties the shoe together pretty well. You know, I think a white bottom would have kind of been washed out, and it's nice when you accent the air pocket there. All in all, these are a super nice shoe. I think probably my favorite fours that have come out this year. I liked all the others, but I've said before I'm more of a white shoe person, and I kind of prefer the aesthetic and the look of a white shoe. And this has just enough color to make it not quite so bland. Give you another look. There's a lot of cool details in here. I was hoping to be able to show you guys the Blazer metrics that came out. I wasn't able to actually cop those. Actually, the first shoe that I missed since I got the Sneakers app on my phone. As I always do, I'll post a link below so you guys can check it out. If you don't have it, by all means, I highly recommend it. You know, no release is a guarantee, but you can definitely increase your odds if you're using that app. This weekend, really only one shoe that I'm chasing after. The Jordan double nickels are coming out, the 10s, so I'm excited for that. I should have that video for you next week, assuming that I'm able to cop those. In the meantime, in a few days, I'll probably dig through my closet and pull out something that I've copped previously that I either have worn or haven't worn. Maybe I'll do a used unboxing, and you guys can take a look at some of the things in my collection. I've got some stories to tell with some of the shoes that I've found. Like a lot of you guys, every cop is a story, so I'll be sure to start sharing those as well as what I'm able to obtain via new release. I'll put all my links below. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Like I said, I'll put the link below for the Sneakers app as well if you guys want to check that out. Have a great night, and be sure to subscribe. You know, hit that thumbs up below, and I'll see you later.